नमः पार्वती पतये गोविंद नाम संकीर्तनम्.
Parents and children, I am very glad to see you all here. Everybody is assembled here to hear the stories of gods and gurus and acharyas, our acharyas, about our acharyas. I always encourage parents to be there with children. Because if my accent is what if you are my accent, then you can always share with your parents whatever I say. So before going to the story, I will start with a small invocation or slogan. Okay, please join me. Everybody, please join me. Om Shuklam Bardharam Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasanavadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vigno Bashantaye Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha
Adira
Vishaje Bhavaroginam Nidaye Sarva Vidyanam Dakshinamurti Namaham தென்னாடுடைய பெரியவா போற்றி எந்நாட்டவர்க்கும் இறைவா போற்றி சர்வஜா சர்வவியாபி பெரியவா சரணம் மாய பிறப்பருக்கும் மகா பெரியவா அடி போற்றி. So first everyone of us should know one thing. So before starting any activity or anything, we have to chant a prayer song or a small slogan, or at least you should think of God or Guru, our Guru, because it will always give success in every of our activity. In all of our activity, it will give you success. Even before playing, you children, you before playing also you can say some Rama Rama, at least say Rama Rama, because it will have the God will be a shield. Okay, he will be like a shield and he will protect you always. Before going to grocery shop or mall or playing, everywhere you can chant before going, or before going outside your house, you can chant. You can chant a small slokam, or you can take a God's name. This is the first thing I want to tell you. That's why, because every time if you want to start a session, we will have to invoke something, some God's name. Okay, so God is all powerful. That we should understand. We have to understand that God is all powerful. He's all more powerful than us. So this will always help us in doing the work successfully. So now we will go to the story. Okay, before going to the story, I will introduce you all to Devatin Kural. I'm going to introduce you to Devatin Kural, or the voice of God. Okay, most of you would have heard about it, or most of you would have known about this Devatin Kural. See, this is a lecture. These are all the lectures given by our Paramacharya. I think you all know Paramacharya. I think these are all given by, these are the lecture, compilation of all the lectures of our great Guru Paramacharya. Now I am going to show you how Paramacharya looks, See, everybody can you all see? See, this is our Paramacharya. Huh? Okay. So now we will see a little bit about Paramacharya. See, this is our Acharya, lovingly called as Periyava, Maha Periyava. We call him as Paramacharya, and Maha Periyava or Periyava lovingly called as Periyava, and he is the 68th Acharya of our Kanchi Kamakoti Peetham. Okay. So next to Paramacharya, that is his disciple. His disciple is Jayendra Saraswati Swamihal, and that Paramacharya's name is Chandrasekharendra Saraswati Swamihal. He is the 68th Acharya, and this is Jayendra Saraswati Swamihal, and he is 69th Acharya of our Kamakoti Peetham. And presently, we have our beloved Vijayendra Saraswati Swamihal, that is 70th Peethadipati. See, Balaperiva, we lovingly call him as Balaperiva. See, is the 70th Acharya of our Kamakoti Pidam. See, these Acharyas, see, these are all, I have been telling like 68th, 69th, 70th, isn't it? So then there should be one Adi Guru, isn't it? There should be one Adi Guru. That's the first Shankaracharya. So he is called as Adi Shankaracharya, Adi Shankara Bhagavat Padacharya. So lovingly called as Adi Shankara. So I am going to tell you about him today. Because, you know, before going to Devatin Kural, we have to familiarize, we have to be familiar with all our God's name, our God's stories, a little bit about God's stories and a little bit about our Acharyas and all the Gurus. So I'm going to start with Adi Shankara now.
Okay, they start.
I'm going to start with Adi Shankara.
Oh.
So before this Adi Shankara was born in Khaladi Kshetram, the present day Kerala state. Now it's in Tamil Nadu region, but in those days it was in Tamil Nadu region, but presently it is in a Kerala state. It is in the Kerala state. So it's the small village called Khaladi. So Adi Shankara was born to a Nambudri Brahmin family. His name is Shivaguru. The father's name, Adi Shankara's father's name is Shivaguru, and mother's name is Aryambal. So it's now on those days it's a part of the present day Tamil Nadu. So both this Aryambal and Shivaguru, they are very pious and very religious couple. They are very affectionate couple. They had all the blessings. They had all the wealth. They had all the blessings. They had all the success in their life. They had all the success in their harvests, and they have got good, respectable relationship. So everything was there, but one thing was missing. That was a son. They don't have any children. So many years passed till they were not blessed with a son. So one day, Shivaguru told his wife that we have been blessed with all the wealth, with everything except this. That is, except they don't have any children. So what should we do? We have to do something to get, So already half of my life has passed. So she said, Aryambal said, Aryambal is a very pious and respected wife of Shivaguru, isn't it? So this Aryambal said, oh, my dear husband, don't worry. See, as the scripture says, there is no wish that Shiva will not grant us. So we will all do penance. We will do tapas. We will pray to Shiva. We will pray to God Shiva. So there is no wish that Shiva himself could not grant. So let us pray to Shiva. So there was a beautiful, well-known temple near that Khaladi, the Kshetram. It's called Trichur. So there is a beautiful lingam, beautiful Shivalingam there, Rishabhachalam. That Shivalingam name is. So they went to that Trichur. They started to do penance there. Penance means tapas. That is something we have to, little bit of sacrifice we have to do in order to please the God. So they did the tapas, sadhana. So how did they do is they just take only a little bit of fruits, roots, and some modest food. And they did tapas. Both of them did tapas, and with all tears in their eyes, they prayed to Lord Shiva that, they were praying. So both of them were doing that. So many days, after many days of this tapas, Lord Shiva appeared in their dream. Lord Shiva appeared. They were very happy. Both of them got the same dream. That's so simply, it's simply very nice, One of us is getting dream, other one cannot see the other one's dream, isn't it? But both of them, they got the dream. They got the same dream. Like Like Shiva appeared in that dream. Shiva appeared. Like Shiva means Parameshwara. Parameshwara himself appeared in that dream. And he said, Parameshwara said that I am very, very pleased to see your tapas, see your penance, see your sincere prayers. So what would you like to have? What would you like? Okay. But both of them said that, you yourself have appeared here. You yourself have come. So what more we want? See, they don't want anything. After seeing Shiva, they forget about everything. So they forgot about everything and they said that what more I want? See, you yourself has come here. So what should I ask? But one thing is there. One thing is in my heart that we don't have son. So we would like to have a son. But Shiva said, okay, the boon is granted. Okay, you are going to get a son. But I am going to give you two options. That is one option. I am going to give you an option, like two choices. Like you can have a son who will have a long life, but he will not be an extraordinary one. He will be an ordinary person. He will be like an ordinary person. Or otherwise, you will have a son who will have shorter life, but who will be very, very extraordinarily good, all knowing everything.
This is being recorded.
All the virtues with very good qualities, and his lifespan will be very short. But he's going to live only for a shorter period of life. So, which one do you choose? Which one do you want? So both of them said, "Oh Lord, please bestow us the son who have only shorter period of life, but with all the good qualities, with all good, everything. See, all known and very good person, with very good qualities. We want such a son." Then Shiva said, "So be it. Okay, you will be granted with that son." So next day, they woke up. They were sharing their dreams. They shared their dreams. They woke up and they were very happy because they are going to get a son, isn't it? So they were very happy. And, they returned to Kaladi. They were in Trichur now, isn't it? So they returned to Kaladi and they organized a very big, grand feast. They called all the Brahmins and they were very happy. So soon after this, Aryambal, she became pregnant. She's having her son in her womb. So during her pregnancy itself, there are so many auspicious signs. There were so many good signs that the child inside the womb, isn't it? Inside the womb, when she's pregnant, no? So many auspicious good signs. And the child inside her womb was an extraordinary and blessed by all the gods. It showed these auspicious signs. It showed that the child has got some extraordinary thing and it is blessed by all the gods. Then finally, when Adi Shankara was born, when the Adi Shankara was born, this is a very, very blissful description, very, very beautiful description in the life story of Shankara. There is a very beautiful description here. Like, the whole nature rejoiced. When Adi Shankara was born, whole nature rejoices. Whole nature was very good and wind started blowing in a very pleasant manner with all the fragrance, with all sweet fragrance, and the flowers were blooming and all the nature there. Nature itself was, so much rejoiced. And the flowers were all blooming. And then they said, even more, they said that all the scholars, all the learned people who are, all the learned scholars who teach the doctrines of all other scriptures against this Advaita philosophy, against that Advaita Vedanta, that Shankara was born, isn't it? On that day, the scriptures actually fell down from their hands. So this is so dramatic. And all the books of the scholars fell from their hands when Shankara was born. And it is said even in the flames, the flames of the Vedic yajna, Vedic homam, they put, no? So the flames of the Vedic yajna burned brighter, and it leapt up in order to show his rejoice towards the birth of Shankara, seeing when he was born. So there are a lot of auspicious signs. The whole nature was rejoicing. And because the soul which is coming from the womb of Aryambal, it's going to be the incarnation of Shiva himself, because Shiva himself, Parameshwara himself, the incarnation of Shiva comes to the earth, and it's going to walk down the whole of the whole of the India. No, it is going to walk down, and it's going to re-establish the dharma. The dharma, our dharma is called Sanatana Dharma. Sanatana Dharma means, it's all coming up. That is the dharma we have. So he is going to re-establish the dharma and the teachings of the Advaita Vedanta. Advaita Vedanta means non-dual philosophy. So when he was born, now Shankara was born. When he was born, the great scholars and astrologers came to their house. They were seeing the chart, the planet positions of Adi Shankara, and they were saying that, wow, this child is going to be of very, very extraordinary, it's someone who is very, very extraordinary, and he is going to defeat all the great scholars. He is going to defeat all the opponents, whomsoever he faces in debates. He's going to face very big scholars in debates, and whatever debates he goes, he's going to be victorious. And he will master all the scriptures. He's going to master all the scriptures, and he will expand a new philosophy and a new interpretations of the scriptures. And, during his lifetime, and his reputation, is going to remain till the world comes to an end. His reputation is going to remain. So he's going to be the master of all the learning. Okay, he's going to be the new master of all the learning, and his reputation will remain. So, as the days goes by, as the days goes by, and he becomes 1 year old, the little Shankara becomes 1 year old. He started talking fluently. He started to talk, but in a very fluent manner. He started talking. And at the age of 2 or 3 itself, he started reading. He started to read. He knows how to read now. He knows how to recite the slokams. He can recite the slokams. He can recite all the non-Vedic scriptures. And he's considered to be the Ekachanda Grahi. Ekachanda Grahi means, if he hears once, he knows that. If he hears one, so any of the scriptures, if he hears, then he would know it. He would repeat that. That is called Ekachandra Grahi. Means he can observe such things. So by the time he was 4, his father wanted to do his Upanayinam. That is, Upanayinam means sacred thread ceremony, Poonal. So he wanted to do that, but at the age of 4 itself, his father passed away. He died. His father died, but his father already knows and realized that he is the incarnation of Shiva himself. He is the incarnation of Shiva, Parameshwara, and so he is satisfied. He already knows that, but unfortunately he could not see him grow up, his father. So he died. But at the age of 5, after 1 year of his father passing and everything, after 1 year, his mother, Aryambal, she gets all the responsibility, isn't it, of growing up little Shankara. And so Aryambal, she organized the Vedic, that is sacred thread ceremony, Poonal ceremony. Because he has to be initiated to Gayatri Mantra, isn't it? After putting the Poonal only, after putting the sacred thread, he will be initiated to Gayatri Mantra. And so that Gayatri Mantra ceremony, and then he'll be eligible. He'll be eligible to take the classes in Gurukul. That is, he will be joining the Gurukulam for going further Vedic studies. Here we go to school to study all the subjects, the Vedic subject. On those days, even these days, they go to Vedic school. They learn Vedas. Vedas, if you learn Vedas, then it is said that, you know all the subjects. All the subjects comes under Veda. So he went to Gurukul. He will be eligible only for after putting the sacred thread. So in few Gurukulam, after he joined the Gurukulam, he has to stay with the Guru. He cannot stay with his parents, so he has to go away to the Gurukulam. He has to stay with the Guru, and he has to learn the Vedas and Vedantas and everything. But within few months, he mastered all the scriptures, the Vedas, the Vedantas, everything he mastered within few months, because he is the Vedas, the Angas, limbs of Vedas. You can see all the other thing, all the things. Yeah, Upanishads, everything he mastered within few months. He even outsmarted his Guru. He knows everything. He mastered that. So he's smart, very, very smart and brilliant. And, he could get all the different kind of philosophies. He could read and he could get all the different kind of philosophies. But his greatest interest, he has got some passion, isn't it? So his greatest interest he had is with Upanishads. He loves Upanishads because the end of Veda is Upanishad. Comes Upanishad. So he loves that. So the Advaita, that is Upanishad means Advaita. Advaita means a non-dual philosophy. The name itself is very, very interesting. There. Shankara's name, Shankara's name is itself interesting. Shankara means what, Shankara, his father named him Shankara. Shankara means Samkaroti iti Shankara. Shankara means, giving blessings or giving prosperity to everybody. It is called Shankara. So this little Shankara, he mastered everything. So during his time of Gurukulam, how this Gurukulam will be, he has to go to the Gurukulam. He has to leave his parents. He has to go to the Gurukulam. He has to stay with the Guru, learn the scriptures, study the scriptures and everything. But as a brahmachari, he is a brahmachari. Brahmachari means unmarried, small boy. He is a brahmachari. Unmarried person is called a brahmachari. So as a brahmachari, there is a custom. That is, he has to go out begging for his alms for eating, because he has to stay in the Gurukulam. No, he'll go to 2 or 3 houses every day. He will start begging for food, and somebody will give him food, and he has to partake with the Guru. He has to share with the Guru. So every day he has to go and beg for alms, and he will take that. So this is called a bhiksha. Bhiksha means taking. You have to go outside the house somewhere, and you have to stay. You have to say, Bhavati Bhikshandehi. So they will come. They will offer some food, and he has to take that, partaking with his Guru. So this is how they have to take the food, and this is all a custom that they have to follow. So this little Shankara also, goes every day for Bhiksha Vandan, and get food and all. And you have to know that there are certain days we have to remember, like we have to do some extra puja or extra, penance. That's called, every month it will be like Egadeshi, Pradosham, so many days like Paurnami, Amavasya, so many days. These days are very important for us because, on those days we will do some extra tapas or penance or extra puja for Swami, for Bhagavan, for God. So like that, this Ekadashi day, on the day of Ekadashi, most of the people, we will fast. They will fast. They will never take even water. Okay, this Shankara, this little Shankara also, he was fasting on the Ekadashi day. The whole day he was fasting. He didn't take anything, any food. The next day is called Dwadasi. Dwadasi, on the day of Dwadasi, they will take little food because it is called a Parane. So this is completing his fasting. So this Shankara, this little Shankara, he was fasting the whole day of Ekadashi, and the next day, Dwadasi, he went to get the Bhiksha. So he went in front of one house, and he started saying Bhavati Bhikshandi. That was a Dwadasi day. And Shankara went and stood in front of the house and started saying Bhavati Bhikshandehi. So that means please give me some food. Bhavati Bhikshandehi means please give me some food. So there was a lady inside. That house belongs to a poor couple, poor Brahmin couple family, and they don't have even a bit of grain to eat. They were so poor, and they don't have anything inside the house. So the lady inside, she came out, hearing the Shankara's voice. She came out. She saw that a little cute, beautiful boy like a Balamurugan asking for Bhavati Bhikshandehi. She was poor, okay, she was poor, but till that day, she didn't realize that she was poor. On that day, she felt, she started cursing her poverty. Oh my God. See, how is the state come? See, this is my state. Today I couldn't, give offer a meal to anybody. To this small boy, he has come. Yes, she knows that on the previous day this little boy would have been fasting, and today he have come to ask some meals. And today, so she never felt like this till that day. Oh Lord, what is the state? What is the state? So outside a small boy is standing. I could not give anything. So she thought he would, and she went inside. She thought that he would go. Okay, after asking something, he would go. But Shankara stood there. He want to give her a chance. He want to give her a chance. So she again went inside, searched everywhere, and at last she could get a dried gooseberry. Gooseberry, amla, dried amla. There it was there inside the house. So she gave him with the tears in her eyes, and she was telling, "Oh child, I wish I could give everything. I wish I could give everything to you, but I'm not blessed. I'm not blessed with proper means." And she felt very sad and crying. She couldn't, control her tears. I'm not fortunate to give you proper meals. But the little Shankara, the cute Shankara, little Shankara, who was standing outside the house, he felt he was so touched. He was so touched, and and by her compassion, by her loving nature. But now he could, now he started. This Shankara got touched with the sincerity of that lady, and composed him.
Okay, wait, Mom, can you cook these, Mom? They look so good.
On the spot itself, he started chanting a hymn. He composed a hymn called Kanakadara Stotram. That's called Kanakadara Stotram. And he started praying Angam Harehe Pulagabhushanam Ashrayanti Bringanganeva Mukula Bharanam Tamalam Angīkrita Kila Vibhutira Bhangalila Mangalyadastu Mama Mangala Devataya. There are so many verses like this. So he started, when Shankara started saying these verses, Mahalakshmi is a god of wealth, isn't it? So the Mahalakshmi goddess, got, touched by this cute boy's hymn and verses, Shankara's verses of Kanakadara Stotram, and she poured this golden amla. She poured the golden amla inside the house of this old lady, So the house was full of golden amlas now. So the misery and poverty, everything was removed. That lady's misery and poverty was removed. And everybody started praising Shankara because this was heard. The word spread, and everybody started praising Shankara now. They understand that this boy is so learned, so humble, pure, And any wish, any kind of wish that comes out of the lips of this boy manifests, and the gods come running. So even scholars come to Shankara to get some insights about that scriptures and all, get a new realization. So they come running towards to Shankara for that. So by the age of 7, he completed his Gurukulam. By the age of 7, he completed his Gurukulam, and he came back. He graduated. So he graduated. He came back to his home and started living with his mother. So one day, what happened? He will do his daily routines, daily rituals. He has got his own rituals. He supports his mother. He was living with his mother from the age of 7. But his mother knows that he's going to live only for a few years, isn't it? He knows already. She knows. So she was so worried. She was so worried already. She was stressed. Oh, such a loving boy, such a all-knowing boy, such a graceful boy. But he's going to live only for few years. So she was so worried, and that got her, stressed out. She was stressed out. She became so weak. She was fasting all the day, so many days. For many days, she was fasting, and she became fragile and weak. And every day she has to go. She will go for bathing in a river. She has to go. There is no bathroom like us now. Okay, she has to go outside the river. She has to go outside to take bath in the river. The river is called a Purna river. Okay, Purna river in Kaladi. So she will go to take bath. But one day when she was going to take bath along with Shankara, she was going there. She was going, but it was so hot, and she was fasting and all. No, she became so weak, and she fell unconscious. So with the help of all the neighbors, Shankara put her, bring her back. What happened is Shankara was so sad, like, seeing his mother. And he started praying to the presiding deity of Purna river. Like, it has to change the course of direction, like course of flowing. So what happened is the Purna river, the river started flowing, outside that nearby, in the backyard itself. In the backyard itself, it started flowing. So it becomes so easier for his mother and everybody to take bath. So she has to, so that she has not, she don't want to go there to take bath. So although Shankara was, with his mother, and she kind of always, but she kind of always was worried about his life, because he's going to live only for a shorter period of life. So one of the life story of Shankara says that 4 sages like Upamanyu, Dadichi, Angiras, and Agastya came to bless Shankara when he was young. One of the life stories of Shankara says like that. But she was, she wanted to, since he is going to live only for a short period of time, she wanted her son to get married and have children. So one day she was asking Shankara that I wanted to get married. I am going to, you get married soon and get children. Shankara said, no, I'm not going to get married. I'm not fit to, I'm not going to get married. I'm not going to have my routine, regular life like everybody. I'm going to take sannyasam. Okay, he decided that when his mother asked him to get married, now Shankara thinks that it's the right time that he should go as a sannyasi. But he felt that he has to get the blessing. He has to get the blessing of his mother, because mother is the first guru. Mata, Pita, Guru, Devam. Isn't it? So Mata is the first guru. He has to get the blessings of the mother before getting sannyasam. Sannyasam is renouncing the world, renouncing everything. That is called a sannyasi. Okay? Sannyasam. So he has to revive his, revive the dharma and share his teaching introduce a philosophy of Advaita Vedanta. So he could do all this only as a sannyasi. And he had only limited time. He also knows his mission, and he knows that there is only a limited time. So he has to take the blessing of his mother. But how could the mother, leave her son as a sannyasi? She can't do that. She wanted always her son to be with her, isn't it? So she don't want to leave him. So an event happened to solve his problem. So because he can't persuade his mother, isn't it? So an event happened to solve his problem. Not long later, he went to the river to bathe with his mother. He was going with his mother to take a bath in the Purna river. And that day, a very big crocodile, caught his leg. And this boy, little Shankara, started shouting, calling his mother. Oh, mom, a crocodile, see here. See here, a crocodile has caught my leg. I couldn't pull my leg from the crocodile. The crocodile is pulling backwards towards the river, inside that river. So his mother already, she was worried. She was all stressed, Now she saw little Shankara wailing, she was shouting. And she started saying, oh, the time has come now. Oh my God. See, this is the time. Every day I got scared of this time. And this particular time has come now. Now your life is going to come to an end. Oh, what am I going to do? What am I going to do now? She's asking, she's shouting, and she's asking for help from everywhere. So many people gathered, but nobody knows what to do. Aryambal, his mother, he started telling that, oh my God, my child, I'll come to the river. Okay, let the crocodile catch my leg and it will leave you. Shankara says, no, wow, what time? What are you talking about this time? I don't know anything about your time. You are saying so, some time, Parameshwara, what is this? So now, when Aryambal started telling his son, already Parameshwara has given the boon, you will be very intelligent and brilliant and all, but you'll have only limited time. You have only a short life. Oh, so that's why you're worrying. So see, there is always a way, mom. See, there is a way. One thing you should remember, there is a way. If you give me permission to take sannyasam, that if I take sannyasam, then what will happen is my previous birth is gone. Taking sannyasam means taking another birth. It's taking another birth. So the previous life will be gone. So if you give me the permission to take sannyasam, then my previous birth will go off. So I will take a new birth now. So the crocodile may go. Okay, it may go. So please give me the permission. At the time, Aryambal said that, oh, whatever it is, okay, I want to see you. Even though you become a sannyasi, I will see you at least. At least I will be seeing you. Okay, now you take the sannyasam, okay? Now itself you take the sannyasam. So Shankara said, now chanted mantram thrice, and he decided, and he now I am giving you the permission. So as soon as he heard the mom's word, he chanted the sannyasam mantram, and surprisingly, what happened? The crocodile left his leg, little Shankara's leg, and went away. So the Shankara ran to the shore, and his mom hugged him, kissed him, and she was all very happy. Okay, all the bad days and all the bad things are gone now. Okay, now Shankara smiles, smiles, and his mother also was smiling, and she told that, okay, come, darling, come, let's go home. Okay, let's have the lunch, and we will, all the bad things are gone now. Don't worry. Now Shankara say that, you have to get the Shankara's mother. She called him home to get his food and all, lunch and all. So Shankara was smiling at his mother, and he said, "What, mom? What home? Which home? Why our home? You have to come to our home." No, since I got sannyasam, the whole world is my home. Whole world is my what sannyasam? I don't understand. Now only you told that you gave me permission to get the sannyasam, that I got the sannyasam, and now you are asking me to come home and take food and everything. No. Just I said that because the crocodile has to go, isn't it? That's why I said that get the sannyasam. That's okay. That's okay. You can come home. No. This is a serious thing. I couldn't leave this. So the mom said, no, taking sannyasam is not a joke. It's a serious thing that you have to leave me. You have to leave me. How could you leave me? You can't live without me. Who will feed you? And who is going to come and press your leg when you are sleeping? Who is going to tap your head and, all those things? No, you can't leave me. But little Shankara said, no, that is going to be, that is, see, this is how it is going to be. And the whole world is my home now. And I'm going to go. And whomsoever I see, they are all my mother. They are all whichever woman I see, they are all my mom. So I'm going to go now. Don't worry, mom. See, you have given me permission now, and I'm going to go. So till that time, when your last his mother now, she thought that, oh, everything is becoming serious now. See, he's going away from her, isn't it? So she couldn't tolerate. What is going now? What is going on? See, little Shankara said that, don't worry, mom. If you call my name, if you in your last days, during your last days, if you call my name, I'll be with you always. Until the time, you keep this Gopalan. Gopalan means Krishnan. That is the Kuladevam of Adi Shankara. So you keep this Gopalan with you. This Gopalan will take care of you. Don't worry. And I'm going to leave now. See, he was saying, and he is moving away. He's moving away. See, his mother was seeing all the tears, with all the tears in her eyes. The tears were, blocking her eyes. The tears were blocking her eyes, but he started moving away from, because this is the right time that he has to go. He has got his own mission to do. And that mission, he could do it only with the help of sannyasam, only when he renounced all this world, this attachment. His mother was seeing him, but him going with all tears. So there are lot of beautiful stories in Shankarasa. I don't want to say all the stories now, so we'll divide. And I think this is the time I should end this stories. We'll continue this Shankara story. So because now the Shankara is going to go and seek a guru to get officially initiated. He became sannyasam. He has become a sannyasi by chanting some mantras, isn't it? But he has to get himself initiated with an official guru. So he went in search of guru. So the next session, we will see how he went and how he searched his guru, how he got his guru, and all. So there are all the beautiful stories. And now we will end this session, today's session, with this. Okay? We'll say Purnamidam, and we'll end this session. Okay? So, Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyati. Thank you, children. Thank you. We'll join in the next session.